Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. It's been a day.
Oh, that it has.
We've watched some very dramatic games and we've watched some games where not very much happens.
Yeah, so less dramatic.
Yes, rather less dramatic. Okay, Ale. Hello, Frank. Ale, a few years ago, you were lamenting the rise of the false nine. Today, these false nines seem to be disappearing. Is football healing?
If that means that there's an actual nine playing, then yes, football is healing. But in order to have that consistently, you have to have players that recognize the importance of playing with your back to goal. So many of these nines or false nines, what they love to do is dribble at defenders, which anybody loves to do that. But sometimes the team needs something different from you. They need the in-to-out runs. They need the hold-up play so that you can release some pressure. Playing the number 9 position is not just about scoring goals. Now, this is coming from somebody who played the position and didn't score many goals, and so therefore I am biased towards the other things that go with playing the position. There is something important about playing the number 9 position that is besides the goals. Goals is where you're expected to provide for the team. But there are other things that make you an even more complete player. And if you provide that, then you become an all-timer.
Okay.
So you are a non-scoring striker.
That is correct.
No, I just
Self-described.
right. Okay. I just want to make a shot.
Hence, I don't know if you want to put 2 and 2 together, but hence why perhaps I did not reach the heights. I had some limitations, Chef.
Well,
Hey, I'll be
what are we
very
talking about
honest.
exactly?
I'll be very honest. I had some limitations to my game. My skill set did not match my body type, so I made the most out of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what skill set matches that body type.
Exactly. And yet I made it work, Chef. I made it work.
Unique, I would have called it.
Yes.
All right.
Deceptively unique.
There you go. Frank, Delap injured. Jackson returns to Chelsea. Chelsea were shipping him off as excess and now want him back. Ever seen such a thing? How would you react if you were Jackson?
I would get crazy. I would call the board and say, are you kidding me or what? You don't want me, and now you want me to play for you because you have a player injured? I don't know, there are some words we can't say on TV, but I have the right words for you, you know? And because really, you are not respecting me whatsoever. Again, during the show, we talked about the fact that NICOLAS Jackson is a human being. He's not an object. He's not something you put in the cupboard and when you need it, you put it back. You put it back out. No, it doesn't work that way. You don't want him, you think he's not good enough for your team, you get rid of him, even if it's on loan, it's because you don't think it's good enough to play for you. And so therefore, don't ask him when you have an injury. Go with the squad that you have, and I have to say, Chelsea have enough players to cope with the situation. So leave NICOLAS Jackson alone, please.
All right. During your early playing careers, did a coach ever tell you you have to compete with the team's captain/best player for your minutes? What would you do if you were in Kobbie Mainoo's situation?
I think Kobbie Mainoo is going to hide into nothing here. He asked you to leave the club to get playing time. Club say no, we need you. Amorim says you're part of my plans. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure what his role is here. And to that point, I think he's a very different player from Bruno Fernandes. But the trouble with Kobbie Mainoo is he's not overly quick. So you need to put somebody with legs next to him to play that position. But the options are Casemiro, who doesn't have any legs, or you drop Bruno Fernandes in a whole lot deeper. He wants to get forward. So, well, the options are Casemiro and Ugarte, but don't get me started on that again.
All right, okay.
So I'm just not sure that you have a pairing to get the best out of Kobbie Mainoo unless you drop Bruno Fernandes, and he's the only creative player in that squad. So I think there's an imbalance about it that does not serve Kobbie Mainoo well at all.
The troubling part for Kobbie Mainoo is that when Manchester, and when I say when Manchester United was going through all their struggles, as they've been going through all their struggles, he seemed to be one of the highlights.
Yeah.
One of the only highlights. He seemed to be one of the things that you could point at and say, we can build around this player. And now the one piece or one of the few pieces that you could build around is sitting on the bench not knowing what his role is. Never mind that you don't know what his role is. He doesn't know what his role is. And that, I think, it has to be concerning for him. And he also has to be asking himself the question, how long is this going to last? Is this just a matter of changing the manager and then my role changes? Or is this something that is long term? And that's where you find yourself as a young player thinking, maybe it's best for me to go elsewhere.
Ale, here's one for you, another spot.
All right.
JJ has caught a lot of heat trading away Parsons.
Okay.
But even with him, they were not going to succeed. Should United approach Bruno in the same way? Get pieces/funds to build by selling your most valuable assets.
I understand the parallel here. JJ's Jerry Jones.
Oh, I was wondering. I had no idea what was going on for a minute there.
The
Talking-
owner
Cowboys.
and GM of the Dallas Cowboys, who traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. Micah Parsons, not only the best player in the Cowboys, a defensive player, but one of the best players in all of the NFL.
Okay. Now I understand.
The trade was for first-round picks in 2026, 2027, and some other guy, right? So apparently that guy is going to help us this season. How do you sell a fan base? And I don't want to make this an NFL show, but how do you sell a fan base on the potential of what that pick may be in 2026 and 2027, and your best player is walking out the door? You say, there he goes. Micah, where you going, Micah? So as a fan, it's hard for me to understand. As the Cowboys, we had our issues with Micah Parsons. But he wasn't the issue. There are other things to address. Now that guy walks out the door. How is the team better today than what they were before the trade happened? If you turn this into a Manchester United conversation, unlike the Dallas Cowboys, Manchester United have been awful for a long time. The Cowboys have been on the cusp. Their problem has been that once they get into the playoffs, they're unable to deliver on the big moment. You're not missing 5-6 pieces to do that. It's little things here and there that make the difference between you winning that playoff game or not. And now you're blowing it up and essentially banking on the future. If I were Manchester United, I would have blown it up a long time ago. And I've said it. You don't build around a guy like Bruno Fernandes. I think you could have built around a guy like Micah Parsons. That's where I think there's a difference.
Look at that, Ali Moreno.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
I'm going to watch
Cowboys
NFL
fan.
now.
What? Did I bring you in?
Yeah,
I'm in. I'm in.
Okay.
Don't start leaving us for first take and whatnot.
Are you gonna root for the Cowboys?
No,
though?
no.
Who are you gonna root for, Chad?
I'm rooting for the Commanders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that? What's your connection to the Commanders?
That's where I went to school. So when I first came to the US,
Right.
went to Howard University, Washington, D.C., so the Commanders and my
Did you know who Micah Parsons was?
No, not
All right.
Not then.
Okay. So, or now.
All right, who should start for Real Madrid? Trent Alexander-Arnold or Dani Carvajal? Frank?
Ooh. I'm very fond of Carvajal. I mean, it belongs from our generation, I would say. It's the type of player that I would have loved to play with. And it's completely different type of players comparing to TAA. But we saw today, on Mbappe's disallowed goal, that Trent Alexander-Arnold is capable of giving assists that Carvajal cannot give. So it's hard, but so far, I would go a little bit more with Carvajal because he's a real leader. He knows the house. And at the time that he was at the top, they won the Champions League and they were one of the best teams in the world.
You agree?
For the time being, as long as he's healthy, I'm riding with Dani Carvajal because of what I want from my right back. That's a personal preference in terms of what I think my right back should be. Dani Carvajal would be my preference.
I'd say horses for courses. Against better opposition when defending is an absolute must, Carvajal. Against lesser teams where you could use Trent's passing style.
Oh, boy.
Go for Trent
Oh,
Alexander.
boy. So basically, they're both playing.
That's not an answer.
I said horses.
political
I'm
answer.
set the defense here.
Again.
I already
Again.
told you I'm
Again.
comfortable in defense.
Yeah, very comfortable.
Very comfortable in my fence.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So by
Are you
far.
sure it's not your house?
Got a
fence?
nice fence. I'm sitting on my fence.
You do that, Sheka. All
Thank you very much.
Love the last question. For the panel, when you proposed to your wives, did you do an elaborate proposal like Travis Kelce did for Taylor Swift? Or was it a simple affair?
Simple affair. Easy for me. Took my wife to dinner. Got nervous all over again.
Yeah, I know.
30 bloody years. I thought I was used to this by now.
You know, it was successful. It worked.
Yeah, I think she said yes, you know.
Yeah.
I think so. Took my wife to dinner, proposed after dinner. Simple as that.
Did you
Just
get down
two
on
of
one
us.
knee?
No, I did not.
That's a long way to
She's
go
not,
down.
I wasn't. So I wasn't sure to get back up. So I thought let me just do it this way.
Nice, nice.
She complained about that actually. So then,
Right. So, my wife, obviously, this is weird, and I'm gonna try to be as brief as possible. We knew we were getting married, but I hadn't officially proposed because I was with the LA Galaxy at the time, and she was still in college. So it was in the All-Star break. I came back to Charlotte. We were already preparing the wedding without me having actually proposed.
all right.
That was our reality, and that's how we made it work. But I still wanted to go through the process of proposing. She was taking a little long to get ready to go where we needed to go in order for the proposal.
Probably about normal time, to be honest.
No, but she was taking a little long.
Given what I know of you, Ali, I'm not sure I like where this is going.
No, well, here's the thing. It was in a dinner cruise. It was,
Right.
all right, and so it was going to be in the middle of Lake Norman, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, where I was going to propose. Right? Beautiful moonlight. Oh, it was going to be gorgeous. She's taking a little too long. She's taking a little too long. She's taking a little too long. I'm like, we gotta go. Why are you in such a hurry? We gotta go, babe. We gotta go. Why, babe? It's okay. Well, it's fine. We'll make it there when we make it there. And I'm like, listen, woman. If you want me to propose to you, we need to make the boat. Otherwise, the boat is gonna leave us.
See, I knew it. I don't feel so bad at all anymore.
You shouldn't.
Whenever my wife complains that I didn't get down on one knee, I'm going to show this.
No,
I would say,
right,
you
no,
go
but-
now.
Hold on. She had to get out of the car, stop the boat from going. I parked the car. We made it onto the boat, and then in the beautiful moonlight, I proposed.
Too late now.
And I got down on one knee, unlike other people here that were not fully committed. I committed.
Salvage it now.
Frank,
Beautiful.
save them with your romantic French ways.
Yeah, I didn't know what Travis and Taylor, did. Well, Travis proposed to Taylor, but we went to a restaurant, very nice restaurant, and I arrived and I had my jewelry in my pockets, all ready to propose. And then the former French Ministry of Culture was there, recognized us, and talked to us for half an hour. So I said, okay. Took a little bit longer. Then I was about to propose, and then Didier Deschamps arrived with his wife, so I had to talk to Didier. And I said, well, okay. And then I managed to, at the dessert, propose to my wife. And it took her like half an hour to answer to me because she was speechless. But I thought she was hesitating. And at a certain point, I say, darling, you have to answer because you're stressing me right now. So please say something, Of course, we're still together, so it's okay.
I'm not sure I was hanging
You need to
around for half
reenact
an
that
hour.
scene. That sounds like a comedy sketch.
I'm not sure I was hanging around for half an hour. We done
But
it.
it wasn't. That's a true life.
Even when telling the story of his proposal, he's dropping big names.
Oh, yeah.
The Minister of
name to
Culture, Didier Deschamps.
Just his friends and his
yeah.
mates. All right, thank you so
Wait,
much
hold on
for
a minute.
sending in
You're
your questions.
married.
No,
No,
wife, and I never proposed to anyone.
But we need a story.
We need a story of some sort. We can't just cut up to the end here.
This is bad. Let's stop the promo because he doesn't even deserve it.
Oh, no. The Italian guy, come on, so romantic.
Make up for it. It's 10 years next year.